Getting a lot of reaction to the news that we brought you a short time ago. Off the back of Millie Bright, England goalkeeper, of course, retiring from England duty weeks before the start of the European Championship defence. And then Fran Kirby announcing her retirement as well. Now we know that in the last few moments, and I'm just getting this up, Millie Bright has pulled out of the Women's Euros as well. One of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, she says. I've decided to withdraw from selection from the England squad ahead of Euro 2025. Now, quite a lot of people getting in touch this lunchtime saying, come on, guys, you lashed out at Ben White when he decided that he wasn't making himself available for Southgate's England. What is going on in the women's game? There's another message there. Guys, if this was the men's game, you would be talking about this at length. Why are you not investigating as to the reason as to why this is happening in the women's game? So Millie Bright is no longer part of the England scene, nor is Fran Kirby. And certainly for the time being, nor is Millie Bright. In the case of Fran Kirby, Sarina Wiegman, of course, the England head coach, spoke as to why she might have done what she's done.
Over time, of course, Fran and I have had several conversations. She has been unlucky with injuries, of course, too. So before the World Cup and during camps, but she always fought back and had still some opportunities to play. So yeah, I had conversations with her over this week again, going forward to this game, and yeah, then I said to her that she most likely was not going to make the squad. You know, things can change very quickly, but yeah, we had these honest conversations.
So there were honest conversations. So Danny, Sarina Wiegman broke it to Fran Kirby. Look, it's likely you're not going to make the squad. And Fran Kirby planned to retire after this summer's Euros, but then brought that decision forward after being told by Wiegman, look, you're not going to make it.
Fair enough.
But now Millie Bright is no longer going to be part of that as well. When you're told, when it's flagged up to you, you're not going to be in the squad, is that a fairly straightforward set of circumstances? I plan to retire further down the line, so I'm going to bring it forward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all these three cases are different. I mean, Mary Earps was obviously the number one goalkeeper for a long time, and she's feel like she's been pushed out and doesn't want to be a number two. I kind of even get that. Yeah. I mean, it's each individual's to their own. I remember Scholesy retiring because he was not being... He got stuck on the left, and then he was in one game and then out the next, and he was like, nah. Fair enough. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, Millie Bright, the only thing with the Millie Bright situation is the timing of it. The squad's being announced, tomorrow? Or the next day, sorry?
That's correct, yeah. Yeah.
So it feels like this one is maybe she's been told you're probably not going to be, and she's maybe bailed a little bit. But again, she's a senior player who's used to being number one. Does she want to go to a squad and sit on the sidelines and watch everyone else play? I don't know. I've got...
Millie Bright's comments are interesting, Danny. It wouldn't be fair for me to take the place and opportunity away from another player who's ready and able to give everything for the badge and the country.
Well, so she's saying she's physically not right then. That's what that sounds like.
The common denominator here, Simon, is Earps, Kirby and Bright were three of the mainstays.
I've not got a problem with them pulling out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a variety of reasons why I have not spent a lot of time focusing on this, because A, I'm not particularly invested in women's football, but B, the comparison between Ben White's situation and the idea that we were foaming at the mouth is a completely different set of circumstances. Ben White was already selected and in Qatar, and had his tantrum or whatever issue he may have had with Gareth Southgate's coaching staff, and so that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we don't know the circumstances, but it feels as if three mainstays of this squad that achieved winning the Euros 4 years ago, are now not going to be a significant part of the squad, and they've taken the opportunity to remove themselves from the equation rather than be slightly marginalised.
The perception from some is going to be that they've thrown their toys out the pram. That's what we're boiling it down to, isn't it? I think there's some people out there who think, hold on, you've all found out you're not going to be first choice.
Well, we had that, didn't we? We had a really, really good journalist on the other day, Charlotte, wasn't it? From the Telegraph, I think it was, one of those newspapers. And she was
Catherine Batty.
Yeah, she was very, very good. And she actually walked through it. And I think she's the one that suggested specifically Mary Earps was somebody that necessarily possibly had a little bit of a reaction to the fact that she wasn't going to be number one and wasn't prepared to be amongst the mix.
Yeah.
I don't mind it though I don't mind from the ladies doing that. I wouldn't mind it in the men's. You know, if you've got someone like Mary Earps, or I'm thinking of a comparison, but you know, if Jordan Pickford was bombed.
It depends what you think the responsibilities of playing for your country. It's that Lord Kitchener moment, isn't it? You get called up for your country, you do your job, and if that means that you're part of a squad, then it's not about you. It's like a JFK spectre. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
That's right.
If you're being called up to play for your country in whichever capacity, you fulfil the call.
Beckham did it for a while. Come off the bench, didn't he? For a while.
Yeah. But he was after a load of caps, wasn't he?
I know that. I knew that was coming.
Millie Bright's comments are interesting. No longer being part of the squad. Thereafter, she has said, "My pride and ego tells me to go to the Euros, but I think the team and the fans deserve more. Right now, I'm not able to give 100% mentally or physically."
Well, that's difficult.
So she has her own reasons for withdrawing.
Fair enough then.
But it comes off the back of Kirby and Earps, and that gets the tongues wagging.
Yeah, it does.